Jera. Good morning. Welcome to First Unitarian Church of Cincinnati. I am Roland Johnson, and I'll be your worship associate this morning. I'm delighted to see everyone here this morning, and those of you who cannot see with us online. I'll wave to my daughter in Vermont. Please be sure to see the announcements in the inserts in today's order of service, where you can find important information about accommodations in our building, as well as events which will be happening soon. Before we begin our service, let's take a moment to wave to the people watching from home. Then rise and greet your neighbors or say hello in the chat. When you hear the singing bowl singing or bonging, please return to your seats. Would Sally Barringer please, no, is it you? Okay, will Lois please rise? Light the chalice. The chalice lighting reading this morning is from the hymn number 77. Seek not afar for beauty, lo, it grows in dew-wet grasses all about your feet, in birds in sunshine, childish faces sweet, in stars and mountain summit topped with snows. Thank you. Now, if you are willing and able, please rise and sing hymn number 1068 in the Teal hymnal.
My friends want to join me up here? Do we have a seat right here? Hey, Astor, can we sit on the carpet? Can we do that? Thank you. You want to sit here, Amelia? Isla, you coming up? Just a minute. All right, we'll wait. No rush. Hi. Come have a seat.
Sandy thing is leaking.
Oh, no. We'll take care of it. Thank you for telling me. Can't have a leaky Sandy thing. So today we're going to try something a little different. It's kind of good for this morning. Has everyone had an exciting week?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who here has eaten some turkey this week?
Me.
Yeah? Yeah?
Not me.
Not you? Okay. Who here maybe had some pumpkin pie this week? Who here ate pumpkin pie for breakfast this morning? Oh, there we go. There'd be one other. Pumpkin pie and coffee. You want pumpkin pie for breakfast?
Yeah.
Good man. Okay, so this morning we're going to talk about, a little bit about gratitude, okay? And then we're going to go downstairs and have our gratitude and thankful party downstairs. So, yeah, Hyla.
I thought I heard something about tasty snacks and some coloring.
Yes, there are some tasty snacks and some coloring downstairs. Absolutely, those are two things to be grateful for.
And I would have brought my book.
Yo, yeah? That'll be fun. So gratitude is being thankful for big things and small things in our lives. Things like family, friends, and sunny days, maybe rainy days. You want to sit outside? Okay. All right, here. Right here.
Coming.
You saw some snow coming today? We could be grateful for snow. That's okay.
I thought I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear anything about snow?
I thought I heard lightning actually.
Oh my gosh. We can be grateful for that too. Sometimes storms can be fun. So here's what we're going to do. Okay? We're going to try a meditation. Do you remember how we did meditations downstairs in Children's Chapel?
I wasn't
Yeah.
prepared for a snowstorm.
Well, you don't have to worry about that. We're good. We're good. Do you remember how we did the bubble meditation
Yeah.
downstairs? What do we do with bubble meditation? We breathe in through our mouth or in through our nose, remember? And then we breathe out really slowly like we're blowing a bubble. We don't want to pop it, so we breathe out snow. Okay? Let's do that one more time. In through your nose. And let's blow the bubble. Excellent job. Now, another part of meditation that's important, okay, besides breathing, is that we have to remain quiet, okay? We get quiet so people can think and concentrate on what's in their own minds, okay? So I'm going to give everyone a chance to meditate and be quiet. So I want you to close your eyes, okay? And I want you to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Close your eyes. Let your body relax and be still. Keep taking those deep breaths. Can you close your eyes? All right. Imagine someone in your mind who you love very much. It could be your mom or your dad or a brother or a sister or grandma or grandpa. Think about something wonderful that they have done for you that you are grateful for. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and think about something wonderful they've done. Take a moment in your mind to imagine that person. Now I want you to thank them. In your mind, thank them for what you're grateful for. Okay? Now I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. Blow another bubble. Imagine your mind someone who's not a family member that you're grateful for. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's a teacher. It could be a teacher this year or a teacher you had last year. It could be a coach. It could be a neighbor. Think about them and what makes you grateful for them. All right, take a deep breath in through your nose. Blow that bubble. And then think about how lucky and special you are. all the wonderful people and things that you have in your life, things that you are grateful for. Your mommy, you're grateful for mommy? Me too.
I'm grateful for my best friend Elliot.
Your best friend Elliot? That's nice.
And he also said that he might marry me.
Oh, that's good news. That's exciting. We can start planning now for that wedding. Okay. All right. Are we ready to go downstairs and maybe draw some pictures for people we were grateful for? All right.
Double yeah.
Double, yeah. All right. Yeah.
In the spirit of joining us here, we welcome all. If you're an immigrant, a refugee, undocumented, you are welcome here. Whatever your race, ethnicity, whatever your religious background, you are welcome here. Whatever your abilities or disabilities, visible or invisible, you are welcome here. If you are gay or straight, trans, non-binary, or queer, you are welcome here. We need each other, and it is proof to be together. And so that we have a chance to get to know you better, please join us at the coffee hour after the service in the Ellen Hall room. When you have come to the entrance door, it's just ahead and a little to the left.
Only a little bit of confusion. I did want to say we're still collecting for the UUSC. If anyone wants to put in cash or check in the box outside. And the flowers were purchased by the flower committee, which is Sally Behringer. And she told me to decide what they were in honor of, and I decided that they were in honor of the beauty of the natural world around us. So, and then we're into this sermon. I'm getting there. I'm only a little bit confused this morning. Okay. This sermon is Finding Your Brain Song. The first question is, why in the world do I think you might have a brain song? What is a brain song? People have found that there are a number of ways to help our tired, stressed, worried brains. Many emphasize the helpfulness of music, singing, playing, listening. For example, I found a description of the 13th Annual Music and Medicine Conference held here in Cincinnati in September. Researchers have indeed been studying how our brains react to music. And I felt that the idea of a happy brain having a song was a nice one. So, how can we help our tired, stressed, worried brains? To start off, what do brains do? I made a lengthy list which went something like this. Remember, make decisions about what to do or how to act. Plan, tell the body what to do. Breathe, use the heart to pump blood. Feel pain. Adjust mood and emotions, fear, shame, love, anger, joy. Interpret signals from senses, eyes and ears, and touch, smell, and taste. React to stress or danger. Worry. Learn. Count and do math, figuring. Process and create. Music, words, and language, art, writing, ideas. My brain gets tired just thinking of the responsibilities. Thank goodness for sleep, which is another brain activity. Everybody's brains work differently. Diversity is good, even here. Those with ADHD, autism, or dyslexia may also have particular brain talents which are helpful rather than restricting. Sierra Club suggests thinking of Einstein, Newton, and Darwin. But some brains do need mending. Some don't do well at all. When you are one of us who find that parts of our brains don't do what we think they should, that can be a big problem. For example, too much worry, trouble making decisions, trouble remembering. Here is one place where just try harder advice doesn't work and leaves us less happy, less able, more discouraged, and without our brain song. So, what can we do for ourselves? Perhaps we might want to find a way to relate to nature. NPR suggests you might want to try forest bathing, a way of connecting to natural life, allowing hours of quiet time in deep woods, or even a city park. Connections can be through any and all of our senses. You might see, hear, touch, smell, and maybe even taste natural things around you. NPR says decades of research have shown that it's good for your health. It can boost your immune system, lower blood pressure, and help with depression. It can also reduce the stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, and turn down the dial on your body's fight or flight response. An article called "School Offers Hikes Instead of Detention. Teachers Are Seeing Results" is very encouraging. This particular school in Maine has woods nearby, and when students misbehave, they are allowed to choose to be taken on a 3-mile hike after school instead of having an indoor detention. This time where they are immersed in the natural environment does in fact help them. They tend to be more relaxed and playful at the end of the hikes. One student reported that she went on about 5 detention hikes last school year after she got into trouble for skipping class. She struggled to sit still in a classroom, she said. But she felt better after each detention hike, she said, and for the first time felt invested in school. She enjoyed the hikes so much that she volunteered to go on more hikes last school year, despite not having detention. If you would like to be in surroundings less green than the woods, the Washington Post has an article in July of 2025 called "Blue Spaces Can Be Calming. Here's the science behind it." You may not care about the exact scientific reasons, but blue spaces, such as lakes, rivers, and oceans, can tamp down stress. The article goes on to say that just being near water can be helpful. Also, and here is a quote, "Water's animated features, the rhythmic lapping of ocean waves, a pond mirroring the geese flying above, are interesting enough to hold your attention, yet gentle enough to allow your mind to wander, reflect, and daydream." We are reminded to notice the little things. Focus on the sparkling light bouncing off the water, the patterns of its currents, the trickling or crashing sounds of its movement, the buzzing of bugs on its surface, the smell of salt or soil. All of this is a form of mindfulness that grounds you in the present. End of that quote. If you have no nearby park or woods, or even if you do, you could try gardening. That is another way of being involved in nature, smelling the earth, enjoying the plants, and moving your body. You may have noticed that the blue space description, in that description, there is a comment about mindfulness. Yes, meditation and being in the moment can be very helpful to brains. We will use a little time for a singing meditation at the end of the service and hope that you find it helpful. Gratitude is also a big help, and Amy's gratitude meditation fits right in. I have found advice about the importance of time alone, and also the importance of connecting with other people. It seems that both can be very helpful, so you might think about how to get enough of both for your brain. In several editions of the Washington Post, I found other ideas about how to help your brain. One article was called, "Anger Overwhelms Our Thinking Brain. Here's How to Bring It Back Online." There's useful information about what happens in the brain when we feel anger. One section says, stress-related anger can affect our ability to think. Tips include being sure to pause before acting and taking time to breathe slowly to help your brain and body lower stress levels and think more calmly. Another article brings up the reminder of the need to rest for your body and your brain. Quote, "Your brain needs more rest than you're giving it." Another piece says, "Lie down, sit still, take a break. Your brain needs a rest. Downtime is a necessary part of life. Science shows it helps us to be healthier, more focused, more productive, and more creative. Yet somehow we often lose sight of it." And the end of that particular quotation. I was especially struck by this one. It's called, "A Colorado Springs community gathered one summer morning to take a nap." Indeed, included were more information about the importance of resting and how this communal nap was organized. There were yoga mats and tea and facilitators who helped people relax with meditation. Finally, the participants, about 70 of them, relaxed, and many were able to fall asleep, even among so many strangers. This seems like a very lovely gathering. So, those are things that we can do. What about society? What can our society do to help our brains? Here are a couple of possibilities. In 2023, the UU World had an article about supporting youth in our congregations and increasing communication and trust, which are so important in helping our brains sing. Jenica Davis Hockett says this: UUs are called to do more than outsource care. They can be communities of care that know how to show up for each other in times of distress. You may have heard of places like Indigo Hippo, which provides a place and materials for making art. And in recognition of the importance of music, I read about the Tacey Foundation, started by Les Tacey's sister, Charlotte Tacey Holliday. In 2023, Les Tacey wrote for their newsletter, "The programs of the Tacey Foundation encourage our youth to serve with their musical talents. It is through this foundation that I learned the concept that music can heal. Indeed, music does heal, whether we are performing, composing, teaching, or listening." That's the end of that quote. Les notes that his son Michael, whom you also may know, runs the Composers Circle program. Wow. Many of us are aware of the helpfulness of therapy dogs and cow cuddling and having our own pets. But I was surprised and delighted to read about the therapy llamas, which help keep people calm in Portland, Oregon International Airport. They dressed in holiday costumes and walked through the airport. Their handlers encouraged spectators to hug, rub noses, and pose for selfies with them, end quote. Another wow. You may have wondered about the picture on the cover of the Order of Service. Yeah, there it is. Okay, thank you, Tim. This is a photo of a painting done by our Roland Johnson some years ago. He has given permission for me to show it here. When I saw this picture, I was struck by the mystique of this view of the natural world. The light, the colors, the artistry, and the fact that it made me feel like singing. Perfect for this service about brain songs. And here is the part of the service where we were expecting my husband, John, to provide music while my slides helped immerse us in nature for a short time. As many of you know, he is unable to be here due to major injuries to both legs. I hope the slides will be helpful, even without his flute music. Immersion in nature can involve many things. In this case, using your eyes and brain to perceive what is in the picture. We begin with very recognizable things, easily seen and interpreted. As we go along, pictures are of things less easy to interpret or less noticeable. Keep a lookout for the effects of wind, water, reflections, spider webs, and my tendency to see faces in natural things which have no faces. By the way, that last picture is of a beechnut pod, which interrupted me by chirping. For the last part of this service, I would like to invite you to participate in a singing meditation. We have heard of the importance of music to our brains. Okay, so where is my other? Okay. Anyway, it has been quite a week with John in the hospital and in his rehab place, which is in Hamilton. This will give you a chance to use your voice and your brain to bring yourself into a meditative state. No one will judge your ability to match pitch or produce a wonderful sound. Together, including those online with us, we create a community event, even if we are not napping. It would help if those who are sitting farther back could move up toward the front so we can be closer together. If you're willing to do that, the first couple of rows, 2 or 3, would be really a good place to be. Thank you. Is this on, Tim? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I will try to get my legs to work and come down here. And if you would, since you're handy, would you hand out these? I have song sheets in case anybody would like refreshers on the words. They are hymns that we have sung and we may or may not remember, but there are words there, so we'll try that. suppose maybe I should have one, so I'll remember which order I was going to do these in. And since it's as late as it is, I started out thinking that we'd do 5 of them, but I think I maybe will do only 4. Well, I said 4, and then now I'm thinking only 3, unless you get really into it and want to keep singing and being silent. Basically, what happens, thank you. Did we have enough? I wasn't sure how many people would be here. Okay. Usually how we start this is I will start a song, and you can come in as soon as you realize what I'm singing. And we sing it through over and over and over and over. When I was taught how to do this, they said a minimum of 10 times. Well, we are not going to have time for that. And it does help to do it longer. But eventually, everybody kind of gets into the mode and stops singing, and they eventually will have quiet. And that will last until I think it's time for the next piece. And who knows how that might be. That's partly why we have no idea how long this is actually going to take. Some of you know that I did this at the women's retreat, and there were some people that found that very helpful. And some people don't. So I will start with the first one. I think I will eliminate number 3, which is Alex's song. In case somebody is new enough not to know it, it gets really confusing. Okay. Over my head, I feel music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a God somewhere. Over my head, I hear music in the air. God somewhere. I know this rose will open. Sorry. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know this rose will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know this soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my soul will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know my rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul will unfurl arms will open. I think that's the end of this particular meditation, and I thank Nick for adding in our heart in a holy place, which I really wanted to do, but we really don't have time. So thank you. And I'll see if I can get back up. Thank you. Lois, please, you may extinguish the chalice. And I have these words from Reverend Suzanne Fast. I have come to believe that while big, ecstatic joys can transform life dramatically, the small joys woven into the everyday fabric of our daily lives sustain us as we move through this season with its long, deep nights. Or in the neighbors, I hope that you find nurturing and comfort, whether in the darkness, in the stars, or in the neighbors' festive lights. I hope that you feel love's gift of hope.